people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Nella for those of you who don't know and are new here, and welcome to Just Nella. Now, I'm a travel and lifestyle content creator based in Kingston, Jamaica, who just so happens to also be a full-time medical doctor. Now, in today's video, we are doing an October reset. I know like October is like a third of the way through, but it's never too late. Casper. All right, guys, so sorry about that. Like I was saying. Right, so yeah, so as I was saying, I'm going to be doing an October reset. Now, I know I come in on here looking busted, but that's part of the reason why I need to reset. I need to refocus. I need to recenter. Now, I'm pretty sure many doctors, nurses, healthcare workers across the world feel like I've been suffering from chronic fatigue, like chronic burnout, because lest we forget, we went through a whole panorama, and for many of us, we didn't stop. In fact, there was times where we couldn't even get leave because they needed people on the floor working. So it was just a constant cycle of seeing people have to deal with some of the illest people that we've ever had to deal with in a very long time and in such high volumes. So a lot of us are really tired, myself included. So for a while, I mean, this is like one of the first videos I've shot like live, well, not live, but you know, current, in a very long time. The last video I have on my channel is from the 25th of September, but baby, I have not been filming. Like, I would film bits and pieces, and the amount of times I've started to do weekly vlogs and just quit because I'm just tired and I feel like I'm not doing anything of substance, because most of the times I just go work, and as soon as I finish work, I go home, I go sleep, I spend time with Casper because, you know, he lives here, and I haven't really been doing much. So I want to try and use, and not to mention, my whole cycle, sleep cycle, morning routine, everything has just been out. I've been off. I have not been doing anything to better myself. It just feel like a log. Like I'm just dead, so like a log. And no, I'm a tree. I'm forever growing. Look, listen. I'm like a bird. I'm flying. Well, I'm not a bird in the sense because, you know, birds have another meaning. But you know, guys, what I mean. Like, I just felt like I've just been immobile. I've been a log. I just have not been moving, and I am tired of it. So my current plan is to do an October reset, and I'm going to share some of my goals with you. In fact, I'm going to be doing the reset live. So here is my handy dandy notebook. My handy dandy notebook with some random stickers. So these stickers, I got this and this and this from my sister Olivia. She just gave me stickers, and then I just got a smiley face because I had them before. And one of the things that I did when I was younger, you know, sprightlier, was I did a bullet journal. So if you know anything about bullet journaling, right? If you know anything about bullet journal, you know they have like different spreads and the decor, and each month has a theme and yada yada yada. So I've decided I'm going to take that approach to things, and I'm going to take that approach and do a bullet journal, because it's something I did for many years. And I started it back in like April. I started drawing, at least doing the cover spreads, not doing the full bullet journal experience, but the cover spreads started back in April. So now I'm going to be doing some bullet journaling. So my theme, of course, is October. So, you know, in foreign, like in Jamaica, October is like heritage. It's Heritage Heroes Day, but you know, I wanted to spice it up, you know. So in foreign, it is all about Halloween. So this is my October spread. I designed it myself. I draw it myself, you know, can do a little things, simple things. So October, so I just did the witch hat, witch broom, witch's brew. I did, let me do it like this. Did the October with the pumpkins and a spider, and you know, just try keep it spicy, and you know. And the first thing I do with my reset is it's not only it's a new month, it's a new quarter. So I did a reflection. So this is my third quarter reflections, and these are some of the questions that I asked myself, and you could even fill them out for yourself. Now, the first thing is, looking over the last 3 months, what are you most proud of? So it gives us a time to not just focus on other things that we haven't done, but some of the things that we have. Like for me, some of the things I'm proud of is that I started back writing on my blog. So if you guys don't know, this channel originally was started as an adjunct to my blog. My blog is called As Told by Nella. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen because, you know, I would appreciate all the support. And if you guys could go if you guys could go click, leave a comment, click on an ad, help support the girl, I would truly appreciate it. So on my blog is where I do a lot of the travel and lifestyle writing. I take pictures, I give reviews, and you know, I give advice. So I started that back. Even it was just one post, I started again, and hopefully I can stay on track, continue, and try and produce at least, the aim is really at least one blog post per month, so that would be like 12 in all. I mean, I just started last month, so let's say that's September, October, November, December, so that at least 4 more blog posts, at least 2 more blog posts, 3 more blog posts for the year. And if I can accomplish that, then I will feel really good. So I'm happy that I started. The second thing I'm most proud of is that I rested. Like, as I tell you, I was tired, so been tired, so I've just taken a break and I have rested, so I feel a little bit more rejuvenated and refreshed. I still have a ways to go, but I rested. And the third thing I would say is that I've been able to lean on the support of my family and friends. So I'm happy that I have them and that I do try to do everything, because if it's up to me, if I can do everything by myself, I'm gonna do it by myself, because honestly I really feel like I can do a lot of things. So I feel I've leaned more on them. Now the next question for quarter 3 reflections, and I may not share you guys all of it because it's personal, but I'll tell you the questions so that you could reflect on them for yourself, as well as we need to get started on on other stuff. So the next question is, what challenged you the most? And I'll share that one of the things that challenged me the most was really staying consistent, and also the fact that I fell out of a lot of my routines. So I feel like I was just wading through and just going through, and I didn't have any direction or speed. I was just moving, and that is one of the things that I struggle with most. The next question, as I said, I'm not going to share every little thing because this video would end up being like 50 minutes if I were to do it as detailed. If you guys would want me like in like the next month or something to do a detailed one where we go through it together, or even do a live where we go through these things together, then you can leave it down in the comment down below. I'm here to help and to communicate with you guys and form a community. So tell me what you're interested in. So the next question is, what have been your top 3 lessons learned or reaffirmed? So I'll just tell you, one is consistency creates impact, and by that I mean, when I stay consistent with things, then I make impacts. For example, one thing that I've been consistent with all year is reading. So I gave myself a reading challenge on Goodreads to read 12 books, and I've already read the 12 books. I read the 12 books from probably like June, so then I extended it to 16 books. I've already finished reading 16 books. So just being consistent and expanding my mind and just having that reading habit, I have created impact. And it's the same thing with like creating content. When I create content, the more content I create, more engaged, and the better I do and the better I feel about the content, and it's the more I improve my skill sets. So consistency creates impact is one of the things that I most learned. What are your top 3 goals for next month? And obviously, tacking on from the last goal, I wasn't consistent. So to be consistent with my routine and habits, because tiny, how we say in Jamaica, every mickle make a muckle, or one cocoa full basket. Basically, just with small steps, things we can fix things, can build things, and we can make change. So I'm going to put the questions up on the screen at the end, probably, so you guys can screenshot it. If you want to journal, if you want to go back and reflect, then you can always do that, because I feel like it's something that we can do together, and I would really love it if you shared. And if you want, you can share some of those stuff either in the comments down below or in my DMs. I'm going to respond. So the next thing is, what needs to change for you to achieve those goals? One thing to change is to actually come up with a routine that I can stick to. I had a lot of routines growing up, different routines, but I realized that as I get older, there are certain things that I'm more interested in and certain things I'm less interested in. So my main thing I want is a more mindful, quiet morning where stretch, meditate, things that will incorporate that I can actually do and be consistent with and don't feel rushed to do them, and a consistent night routine. So it's just for me to come up with something that I think I can do as I enter this new season and this new change of my life. I'm now in my 30s, and I'm not the same person I was in my 20s. So to come up with things that I think actually fits my life as it is now. Next question, what are you grateful for this month? And I think I've mentioned it before. Something that I am grateful for is family, friendships, that I have a job that I can utilize to help fund my life and my dreams, and that I'm in a state where I am constantly growing and I have the opportunity to change and grow, and I'm not staying stagnant. Now, what is your affirmation for the next month is the final question, and my affirmation for the next month is, I can do anything that I put my mind to, and when I do the hard things, even when I don't feel like it makes the most impact. So that is it. Now the next spread, so all of those stuff I wrote down. Then the next thing on the spread is this. So I designed to start the month with my little calendar. So on this I'll circle important dates, and it says, without action, the biggest intentions in the world are nothing more than that, intentions. So this is my little spread. I'm really happy, like they're really cute. All right, and then the next is October goals. So I'm going to be filling these out, but I'm not going to tell all you guys all of these stuff. So I'm filling it out. So I can start off with the goals section. So the first category of goals is health and wellness. Now I'm going to tell you guys something. You know how early in the year you guys saw me going to the gym and making changes, and girl was on a grind. The grind has come to a halt. Now I'm going to be honest. One of the reasons why is, as inflation and as life becomes more taxing on the pocket, the gym is not really something that is a priority of my budget anymore. It's something that I want to do because honestly my face has gotten rounder. I can see the roundness in my face. I've gained a little weight. I have not been active. I have not been eating well, and for that I feel like I am betraying myself and my body, because as a person, not only in the healthcare field, but as a person, I only have one body, so I would love to actually take care of it, but I feel like I've betrayed it by not taking care of it. But I have to be realistic and say that the gym is not within my budget, or not a priority item in my budget when I factor in everything else I have to do at the moment. So it's now for me to come up with my own wellness and health routines that is free, or at least cheaper, because not to mention, like, my private instructor, he had to raise fees because as well, he is also, inflation is affecting everybody. So I have to come up with routines at least 3 days out of the week. I'd like to try and be active, whether it be walking Casper, which I probably could do more, or it be going to a dance class, walking around my community, something I just want to, or watching an online YouTube video. I would like to be active in some way. I know it won't be the same as when I was making all of those big like changes and gym, and I was lifting like heavy weights and deadlifting, and I was like progressing really fast and really well. But I have to be honest with where I am. Hopefully sometime in the future, in 2023, I can actually go start back the gym. But for now, until things change, it's not the most important thing in my budget, and my budget can't cover it, in the sense that I have other things to focus on and other things that are pressing, and if I'm not going to do it all the way, I'm not going to be consistent, then might as well just try and figure out something else to do. So that's the first goal, is to become active and try at least 3 days out of the week to be active. The second goal is to, as I said, I've been eating terrible, awful, god awful. I need to start up my life. And I really want to kind of reincorporate in eating more fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and to not eat as much junk and all of those stuff that I've been eating, because honestly, I deserve to have a good diet, and I need to spend the effort and the time. And also I need to cook. My cooking has been the bare minimum. If it can't go in an air fryer, I'm basically not eating it. So I really need to get back on to cooking healthy, because when you cook, you know what you're putting in. You can process it, in the sense that it's not going to necessarily be processed food, but you know what you are doing, so you can make it healthier. So I definitely need to be cooking. And the third goal is to actually practice, and I have been failing so far, but to practice intermittent fasting, which is basically, it's something that I did a lot of for like when I was younger. Honestly, I never used to eat past 6 o'clock. It was 6-7 o'clock. It wasn't until maybe university that I started staying up later. I was drinking things like Arizona and Boom, because I'm not really a coffee person. I drink coffee, but it doesn't, how people are addicted and it don't really do that much for me. And half of the time I get sleepy off of coffee, so it just depends on the state that coffee catch me in. But I was eating later, I was up later, I was drinking, eating, and doing stuff after my 6 o'clock hours. And before that I never used to do it. So now I want to get back into intermittent fasting to kind of cut down on the late night slacking, late night eating, because it is going to impact my health. And as I get older, I need to be responsible. I can't be a pillar of example and trying to give people health advice, and when they look at me, I'm not following my own advice. Like, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. So those are my 3 health and wellness goals. Then it comes to personal care and self-development. So first one is to read another book, complete reading another book. The second one is to get back on my skincare routine. I have not been keeping up with my skincare routine, and it is showing up in my face, on my skin, and I would really like to restart my, not only but a skincare, but I really have a good wellness care routine, including, upkeep, hair, nails, everything. I already have one, but I want it to be more solid. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to incorporate a massage into it. And the third thing is probably to be a little bit more social. As I said, I've just been going home, and part of the reason is like, honestly, going out to take money. I don't want to spend money on things more on people. Somebody can't mind me, like God, on God. Want somebody mind me. Anyways, but I really do need to be more social and not take for granted the people I have in my life who are supporting me. So I want to at least go on one social outing this month and try to be a little bit more social. We'll see. And then the final thing are my financial goals. So the first financial goal is, one, guys, watch the ads. I really would like you to support me in watching the ads. I want to legitimately have a secondary stream of income, and trust me, this RPM CPM thing, it drags. It drags. And if you can share and tell your friends and watch the ads, I would really support it, because honestly, the 2 pence that I get from YouTube, I haven't even gotten my first paycheck yet. I got like $9. I made like $9 last month. 11 the month before. So I would really like to at least double it and see if I can get to the $100 payment threshold. So I would really love it if you guys supported and made this into a legitimate side hustle income, additional income, because earth are on red, and the rent is too damn high. The price of life is too damn high, and I would really appreciate all of your support. And if you can go on my blog as well, click on the blog, because get the blog payment, get the YouTube payment. Those are 2 separate payments from YouTube AdSense, by the way. So I would really appreciate it, and I'll keep you guys updated when I get my first payment. That, as long as it may take, I'll tell you when I get my first payment. All right. The second financial goal is, so I want to improve my net worth. Now, my net worth is constantly improving, and the reason why is because every time I pay down my bill, pay on my loan, my net worth improves, because that's my loan amount is going down. So less people have less debt. But no, in terms of improving my net worth, as I said, I want to find ways to gain income, and even if it's not necessarily, even if it's to do odd jobs. Well, not odd jobs, but not necessarily things that I plan to turn into a career, but like, for example, do a closet clear out, or do a writing job, or different little odds and bits that I can pick up, that I can try and improve my net worth with, and maybe do extra payments on my debt, things like that. Those are something that I'm interested in doing. And the third financial goal, honestly, is to go through this and to not be overwhelmed financially, not have financial burnout, because honestly, trying to make ends meet, trying to keep everything, I don't even know how you people with kids are surviving. Like, damn, God, I can barely afford myself right now. Honestly, I can barely afford myself right now, so I would like to just not feel overwhelmed financially, and to just go through, stay the course, focus, execute, and continue, and to continue invest more. So continue my investment journey, invest some more, and actually make some good returns. Final set of goals are my content goals. So in terms of content, I told you guys that I want to publish more on my blog. So my monthly goal is for 4 blog posts. I know my yearly goal is to do 4 more posts for the year, but if I can challenge myself and actually write content, because I do a lot of things and I have a lot of content, and even some of my YouTube videos I can transcribe and can produce 4 more blog posts for the month, I would feel really, really good, because I think that I can do it. That's a post a week. It's 1 blog post a week. It gives me a week to write a blog post, and I think it's very much possible. Like, I can do this. 1 blog post a week. That is the goal. If I miss a week, maybe double up, I don't know, but the goal is 1 blog post a week. In terms of YouTube, I can do 4 to 6 videos for the month. So that is my goal, to publish 4 to 6 videos for the month, and maybe like 1 or 2 shorts, to spice it up and keep it, and yeah, those are my YouTube goals. My next content goal is to do like at least 1 TikTok video a week. Like, TikTok is really helping a lot of people grow their content, and it is fun. So I just want to think, I don't even want to think of it as like a make money, my money, but more like just try and have fun doing content. The way content was when I just started creating content was just for fun, not this whole business behavior. Leave that to the YouTube and blog, and just do some TikTok, some reels, and have some fun with social media. I mean, honestly, I'll probably just recycle. So it'd be like it either be a reel that I move to TikTok, that I move to YouTube, or it would be a TikTok video that I move to YouTube, that I move to a reel. But something I forgive, something I have to do. So just kind of keep those things, keep those fun social media issues. And yeah, that is it. Those are my goals for this month. Now let's go to the budget. So this was my budget design, and so I'll tell you guys the categories that I have. So my budget, I'm not going to go into as detail. I showed you guys what I spend in a month, what I spend in a week, but I'll tell you guys the category allocations. So my car loan, I'd like to pay my car loan. So my budget for the month, I categorize my things into main expenses, savings and investments, bills, and recurrent expenses. So the first category on the main expenses, I put my car loan, my rent, and my maintenance fees. Some people call it HOA, strata fee, whatever you call it. But when you're renting, you have to pay a fee that's every month, right? So those are my three main expenses. After that, I go into my savings and investments. So the first savings and investment is my saving for a home. So I'm still saving for a deposit for a house. I don't know how long it will take me to get, but every mickle make a muckle, and if I'm consistent, then I can put it down, and by the time I'm ready, I'll have enough funds. The second one is for my pension. So girl will get old sometime, and I'll need to have money in the bank. So and all of these are not in banks. These are not in like banks, they're in investments, but I put them as categories of pension. The next one is my investment account. So I put money towards my investment, and so those are the three savings and investments that I do every month. And the last one is in my health. So I have critical illness, and I have a health insurance, and I should update you guys on my new health insurance. So I was with a particular company, and they were raising a fee, and I was like, absolutely effing not, absolutely not. So I ended my healthcare policy. But when I was telling my parents, said absolutely not, my parents were like, you need healthcare. And so my father went and researched different healthcare options for government workers. Shout out to Daddy, you're a real one. And so he found out about the government health insurance that is offered by the hospitals. And on top of it, now the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association, they actually sent an email right after my father, with the same thing, with the same information. And so I signed up for it through my hospital, and it is so much cheaper. It is so much cheaper. So that would help as well in my budget, because imagine going from paying, like, obviously it's a government health insurance and stuff, so it may not be, it's different, but imagine going from paying almost $10,000 a month to paying $1,000 a month. Like, the two don't compare. So I have a new health insurance. I'm going with the hospital health insurance. So now you can get health insurance. If you guys remember when I told you, if you guys ever watched my How Much I Make as a Doctor in Jamaica, you can get health insurance through your hospitals. And yeah, that is the health insurance that you get. Still don't get pension unless you are when you're a contract worker, and that's what most doctors are considered. If you get a post, then they'll take pension, but it's not even adequate, honestly speaking, for what someone needs in the long term. But nonetheless, so those are my investments. So investing in my health and investing in my pocket. Yeah. In terms of bill and expenses, so my recurrent bills, utilities, electricity. All this time I've been putting bills. I've been putting it as JPS, but I feel like being fancy, so I'm gonna start putting it as electricity. So it's electricity, and it is water, not NWC. And it is cell phone, and not just Digicel. And it is home internet. So I'm gonna stop just using all of the different local things and putting it as a really good category. So my bills are electricity, my water, my cell phone, my home internet, because I don't have cable because I don't watch TV. I just watch everything on my computer, Netflix and stuff, streaming services. Shout out to Daddy again, because I bootleg and use his and use my family's Netflix. Anyways, so internet, cell phone, groceries. Groceries is the bulk of my budget right about now. Transportation, grooming and personal care, eating out, entertainment, pet, and home. Yes, so those are my budget categories. I'm not gonna give you guys exact figures because honestly I haven't filled them in yet, but those are some of the things that I do in terms of that's in my budget. I'll probably give you guys a little, draft of it, hopefully, and put it on the screen so you guys can have an idea and maybe come up with your own. So I have a current book list for the quarter. So at least 3-4 books I want to read for the rest of the year. So I can tell them to you because, as I said, I've gotten back into reading. The first one is Atomic Habits. Now, as I'm trying to make a lifestyle change, I want to, incorporate new habits. And I heard that Atomic Habits is a great book when it discusses, how you can change your life in different steps. So it's one of the books I really want to check out. The next book is called The 12-Week Year. I saw this by another content creator. I don't remember her name right now, but I'll probably put hers on the screen if I remember in editing process. But basically, I want to read the 12-week year, how to remake your life in 12 weeks. And basically, we have 12 weeks like in the year. So let's see what changes we can do for the rest of the year. The third book is, so those are my non-fiction, and then my fiction book now is called Red Queen. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I have a confession. This is my confession, just when I thought all I could say. Oh, I mixed up those three. Anyways, my confession is, listen, on my Kindle device, I have like almost 800 books. I've only read like 60 of the 800. I have been accumulating books for years, and I feel like it's time I try and get through those books. So right now, I'm on a book buying ban, a ban from buying books, and I'm trying to read. So yeah, I have the Atomic Habits and 12-Week Year already. And I'm trying to read books that I've had on my Kindle for years. So the book I read is called Red Queen. And it's a series, it's a 4-book series. I have 3 of the 4 books already. So when I finish the 3 books, then I'll buy the 4th book. But for now, I've had 3 of the books because I bought the 3 books when they just came out. And so I want to read that book because I think I've had that series for a very, very long time. The second book I want to read is also a book from a series. So one of the things I also want to do is to try and read more Black and African and dark-skinned authors. Not just the usual books. So the next book is called Descendants of the First. I've read the first book already, which was called Daughters of Narai. Don't remember the name, but I'll put the books on the screen. Let's hope I remember all of this in the editing process. But yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, so Descendants of the First. That's book 2 in the series. I believe book 2. One of them is Dawson or whichever one. Anyways, book 2 in the series. I read book 1 already, and it was a really good book. So I had pre-ordered book 2, before I entered my book bag. So I want to read that book. So those are the 4 books that are currently. Of course, other books, if they grab my attention, then I will read them. And then at the end of the year, I'm gonna do like a quick recap of all the books I read this year and give you guys my honest opinion of them. If you guys is something that you're interested in, then tell me in the comments down below. What books are you reading? Are you people who read? I know not everybody are readers, but readers are leaders, so get with it. But I mean, you can find. I feel like books there's a book for everybody. Personal development, self-care, anything like that. So 4 books that I want to try and finish this year. Even if I don't finish them, I've already reached my reading goals, but I'll make a conscious effort nonetheless. So alright, so this, as I showed you, this is my reading list. So these are the designs and these are the books that I told you that were on my reading list. The last thing I did was a brain dump with like all of my tasks and to-do lists that I have on my brain that have just been filling my brain and overwhelming me. And one of the reasons why you can just doing a brain dump or a mental download is just clear your mind of everything that has been overwhelming you, that has been on your mind, that you've been thinking about, and you just need to get through. And you realize that sometimes when you write it down, you realize the list is not as long. Sometimes you realize the list is long, but some of the things are not as tedious and you can do it in a 1-2 shift. So that is what I did. I did brain dump, a mental download, and I just wrote down all of the things that are in my brain that I really just want to read or do, or so it's just a great, so doing this whole bullet journal thing is just a great way for me to go through, get everything off my mind, to get everything clear so I can restart and reorganize and refocus. Oh my god, I feel like this whole video was just rambling, but hopefully you guys got something out of it, and you guys can share with me how you're resetting, how some of your goals, how you plan to go for it in the next quarter. Can you guys believe it's only 3 months left in the year? Where did the year go? How did the year go? Where did the year go? It's flying zoops by, like, oh my god. But anyways, all right guys, so that is it for today. Thank you for watching. I would love it if you guys shared some of your goals, some of the ways that you reset, some of the new habits that you're trying to develop with me. Maybe we can make, form an accountability group, or become internet accountability friends to keep each other motivated, and just keep on the journey together. Remember, you can do everything you want under the sun, but you may not be able to do it all at once. So just take time with yourself, be patient, love up your little body, love up your little self, and just give yourself some grace while also keeping on your ass and don't become lazy. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace. I think I may just do a video of all of my failed attempts to do a week in my life in September. I'll call it September review. Tell me what you guys think about that. All right guys, later, peace.